In the bustling city of Lagos lived the Adeyemi family, a close-knit group embodying the vibrant spirit of an African home. Oho Adami, the only son, lived with his parents, Fi and Mama Oho, in a mansion. Oho was a bright and ambitious young man, passionate about architecture and dreaming of building structures that would beautify Lagos and improve the lives of its inhabitants. Oho's best friend, Ayana, lived in the serene village of Amara. Ayana's parents, Miriam and Kofi, adored her. Miriam was a strict yet caring mother, and Kofi, a gentle and supportive father, harbored high hopes for his only daughter, dreaming of her becoming an engineer who would bring innovation to their community. At 17, Ayana graduated from secondary school with honors. Kofi, beaming with pride, made plans for her university education. He saved every penny, even considering selling some properties to ensure her future. Oho and Ayana's bond grew stronger over the years. Despite the distance between Lagos and Amara, they often discussed their future plans, supporting each other through every challenge. Oho's aunt, who lived abroad, promised to help him study architecture overseas, fueling his ambition and determination. Miriam noticed the growing closeness between Ayana and Oho. Fearing potential trouble, she sat Ayana down for a serious talk. "My dear daughter, you are the pride of our family, but you must be careful with Oho. Always meet in public places and never alone indoors. Please heed my advice." Oho received the news of his admission abroad. Ecstatic, he shared it with Ayana, who was happy yet sad. "So you'll be going abroad? I won't see you again," she said tearfully. Oho reassured her, promising to return and fulfill their dreams together. The night before Oho's departure, emotions ran high. They hugged and, overwhelmed, ended up alone in Oho's house. Their emotions led them to a place they hadn't planned, sharing more than just dreams. They parted the next day with heavy hearts, both hopeful and anxious about the future. Oho's departure left Ayana heartbroken. She lost her appetite and energy, her zest for life diminishing. Miriam noticed the change, initially relieved that Oho was gone, hoping Ayana would move on. But weeks turned into months, and Ayana's condition worsened. Miriam's concern grew as Ayana's health deteriorated. One morning, Ayana collapsed, prompting a rushed visit to the hospital. The doctor conducted tests and delivered shocking news. Ayana was pregnant. Miriam was devastated, struggling to comprehend how her disciplined daughter could be in such a situation. In disbelief, Miriam took Ayana to another hospital, hoping for a different diagnosis. The confirmation of Ayana's pregnancy shattered her. They returned home in silence, the weight of the news heavy upon them. Kofi returned later that day, excited to share Ayana's university admission news. Kofi's joy turned to suspicion upon seeing his wife and daughter in such a state. Miriam handed him the pregnancy report. Kofi was in disbelief, anger surging through him as he demanded answers from Ayana. Through tears, she confessed that Oho was the father. Livid, Kofi dragged Ayana to Oho's house, leaving her there with his mother. "Your son got her pregnant, so she is now your responsibility," he declared. Oho's mother, furious, chased Ayana away, blaming her for trying to ruin Oho's future. Ayana, filled with regret and sorrow, spent the night outside her home. The next morning, Miriam found her and, moved by pity, brought her inside. She pleaded with Kofi to forgive Ayana and give her a second chance, emphasizing the need for family support. Heartbroken, Kofi eventually agreed to defer Ayana's university admission for a year. She would bear the consequences of her actions, but they would support her. Determined to make amends, Ayana resolved to fulfill her father's dreams and prove herself worthy. Months passed as Ayana prepared for motherhood. She attended prenatal classes and read books, hoping to become a good mother despite the circumstances. She remained determined to bring her child into the world with love and care. Ayana went into labor and gave birth to a baby boy, Malik. Tragically, complications arose, and she passed away shortly after giving birth. Kofi was shattered, his hopes and dreams for Ayana destroyed. Miriam, grief-stricken, vowed to care for Malik, seeing him as a part of Ayana. Kofi, consumed by grief, directed his rage at Malik. He blamed the child for Ayana's death and couldn't show affection. Miriam, on the other hand, loved Malik dearly, seeing him as Ayana's legacy. She did her best to shield Malik from Kofi's wrath. Years passed, and Malik grew up under the shadow of his grandfather's hatred. Kofi, now a bitter man, found solace in alcohol. Miriam, still grieving, continued to protect Malik, often telling him, "Your grandfather is struggling with his pain. It's not your fault." Malik, though young, understood the tension in his home. He saw the pain in his grandmother's eyes and the anger in his grandfather's. Despite the harshness, he remained a bright and hopeful child, dreaming of a better future. One night, a drunken Kofi stumbled into Malik's room, blaming him for Ayana's death. Malik, terrified, tried to resist as Kofi's anger turned into physical abuse. Miriam, hearing the commotion, rushed in and managed to stop Kofi, but the damage was done. Miriam realized she could no longer protect Malik alone. She reached out to Oho, now a successful architect who had returned to the country. Oho was horrified to learn about Ayana's fate and the abuse Malik endured. He vowed to take responsibility and provide a better life for Malik. Ojo confronted Kofi, who, in a drunken rage, accused Ojo of ruining his life. In the ensuing struggle, Kofi fell and hit his head, leading to his death. Miriam was left to mourn her husband, but also felt relief knowing Malik would no longer suffer. Oho took Malik and Miriam to live with him in Lagos, providing a loving home. He enrolled Malik in a good school and nurtured his talents. Over time, Malik thrived under Oho's care and Miriam's guidance, finding a sense of security and love. 15 years after Oho took him in, Malik graduated as a reputable doctor specializing in pediatric medicine. His journey from a troubled boy to a compassionate and skilled physician was a testament to his resilience and the love and guidance he received. Oho and Miriam, now elderly but still vibrant, attended his graduation ceremony with immense pride. Tears of joy streamed down their faces as Malik dedicated his success to them and his late mother, Ayana. After Malik graduated from university and became one of the top surgeons in Nigeria, his career soared, earning him widespread recognition for his skill and dedication. He was lauded as one of the best surgeons in the entire country. However, his professional success was continually overshadowed by a personal struggle: his strained relationship with his grandmother, Mama Oho. Mama Oho never truly accepted Malik. She harbored deep-seated doubts, believing that Malik was not truly Oho's son. Even as Malik grew up and achieved great success as a reputable doctor, Mama Oho's skepticism and coldness towards him remained. The tension between them reached a breaking point when Mama Oho fell seriously ill. She was diagnosed with a large fibroid in her brain. The news was devastating. Doctors in Lagos declared the condition inoperable, equating it to a death sentence. Despite the dire prognosis, Malik, now a tenacious and highly skilled surgeon, refused to accept defeat. He decided to take it upon himself to save his grandmother despite her persistent doubts about his lineage. His decision was met with skepticism and concern from his colleagues. Operating on a family member, especially one as close as a grandmother, was fraught with emotional and ethical challenges. However, Malik's resolve was unwavering. He spent countless hours meticulously planning the surgery, studying every possible complication and outcome. His colleagues watched in awe and doubt, unable to believe that he could pull off such a complex procedure. The day of the surgery arrived. Mama Oho was prepped for the operation, and Malik, donning his white lab coat with a stethoscope around his neck, entered the operating room. The atmosphere was tense. Every eye was on Malik as he began the delicate procedure. The surgery lasted for hours, each passing minute filled with intense focus and precision. Malik worked tirelessly, his hands steady and his mind sharp, driven by his deep love for his grandmother and a desire to finally prove himself to her. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Malik successfully removed the fibroid from Mama Oho's brain. The operation was a triumph. Mama Oho was brought out of anesthesia, and as she woke up, she looked around the room, disoriented but alive. Tears streamed down her face as she realized she had been given a second chance at life. Mama Oho's hospital room soon filled with family. Oho, Malik's father, and Papa Oho, his grandfather, stood by her bedside. Despite the joyous atmosphere, an undercurrent of tension remained between Mama Oho and Malik. With gratitude and emotion overwhelming her, Mama Oho reached out to Malik, her voice trembling as she thanked him. "Thank you, Malik," she whispered, her eyes filled with tears. "You saved my life." For the first time, Mama Oho looked at Malik not with doubt, but with a deep sense of realization and regret. As she regained her strength, she reflected on the past, burdened by guilt over how she had treated him. She begged Malik for his forgiveness for the years of doubt and coldness. "Please forgive me," she pleaded, her voice choked with emotion. "I was wrong about you. I see now how much you love this family and how much you love Diana." Mama Oho continued, her voice trembling. "I'm so sorry for chasing your mother away when she needed help the most. I didn't realize the pain I was causing, and I regret it every day. Please forgive me." Malik, moved by his grandmother's remorse and the journey they had endured together, embraced her. "I forgive you, Grandma," he said softly. "Let's honor Ayana's memory by moving forward with love and understanding." Oho, standing beside Malik, placed a supportive hand on his son's shoulder. "You've always made us proud, Malik," he said, his voice filled with pride. "Your mother would be proud too." Papa Oho nodded in agreement, his eyes misty with emotion. "Our family is stronger because of you, Malik," he added. "You've shown us the true meaning of perseverance and love." The moral lesson in the story of Malik and his family teaches us the importance of love, perseverance, and forgiveness. Despite his grandmother's doubts, Malik's dedication and compassion saved her life, showing that love can heal even the deepest wounds. It also reminds us never to reject children, as they are gifts from God. Embracing and nurturing them honors their inherent worth and strengthens the family's bond. Love and unity are the true foundations of a strong family. Subscribe for more African home tales.